Welcome back to the Carl's Shed. Thought we'd give you a bit of an update on the panel truck. We have filled a hole that was in the chassis.
Yes, and that's been going on for a little while now. So update wise, pretty exciting stuff now. Tomorrow's the day, we're firing it up. We've got Kev from KPM Performance coming to plug the magic laptop in and hook it into all of that stuff down there that's on my professional test board. Got the Holly Dominator ECU and dash and all sorts of stuff there. It looks like a bit of a mess, but obviously it's all only temporary.
Organised chaos?
Yeah, until the body comes back and we mount all that inside the cab. And obviously, people have marvelled over the last week or so at my redneck firewall. We had to mount all the stuff somewhere, and you've got to run a fuel regulator and coils and all sorts of stuff. So
and a whole lot easier to get to this without the body on.
Yes, yeah, that's right. So
update on the body?
Body should be hopefully a couple of weeks away. It's with the painter at the moment. We've got a lot of the other panels and everything back, so we might throw a couple of photos in later on with those. Colours on the doors, guards, running boards, and a handful of other parts. So just the main and bonnet and so forth. Just the main body shell to come back at this stage. So
sweet.
Getting exciting.
So talk us through this.
So I think we said previously twin turboed LS, so we'd sort of let the cat out of the bag there, but in a nutshell, it's a 6-litre cast iron block from Chevy truck in the States. Has an LS3 manifold on it, got alloy heads that we've had CNC ported for a boost application. It's got Holly, effectively all Holly management system. Raceworks injectors, Holly sniper throttle body. I custom made all of the exhaust pipes. All of the pipe work I did myself, other than just the headers that were a fabricated item. So got all the intercooler piping and all that sort of stuff back only a couple of days ago. So that's been frantically put together. Oil feed lines to turbos, drain tubes, all that sort of stuff. I've really learned a lot through this build, because this is not stuff I've ever really dabbled in a lot before. I've been a hot rod and small block Chev and carby guy for years and years.
So how much easier is a small block Chev?
Way easier.
And cheaper?
Yeah, and very much cheaper. Look, I really have stopped counting as to, just as an example, doing the oil feed lines and the oil drain lines for the turbos was nearly $700 worth of parts in lines and fittings and all that sort of stuff. So you start putting all that sort of stuff together and it's just out of control, but hopefully the motor will be a bit out of control as well. So, in saying that, it can be tuned, for different map selections and different fuel maps and all that sort of stuff. So and that's where Kev's expertise comes into it.
So we've got some cooling at the front?
Yeah, big intercooler at the front. It's twin 2.5 inch at the bottom, 3 inch outlet at the top. So your turbos will pump air in through here, cools it through there, comes up over here down into the throttle body, and away you go. So all only, once again, temporarily mounted at the moment, because there's some inner fender panels that actually come out here and it bolts to there. Still got to get an air conditioning condenser down in the middle there, but there is sufficient room. I've checked on that.
Let's have a look.
So that'll all happen later on once we've got the engine started.
And the engine fan, what are we running? Yeah,
got a Spal thermo fan as normal. We run them on all of our customer cars and our own cars. They're faultless. Run through a relay, back into it'll be eventually it'll be wired in through the Holly Dominator system and then run through the ECU. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. Yeah, I've got water in the radiator and no water in the sump, which is a good sign, and it's not losing water anywhere else. So
Always a
fingers
bonus.
crossed that's all sealed. We just discovered a tiny little weep out of the tail shaft of all places. The slip yoke in the back of the gearbox is it must get fluid comes up through the spline into the back of that coupler or the slip yoke, and then they just have a cap in the back with a tiny little pinhole in them to release pressure as you put the shaft in. But yeah, there's oil coming out, so transmission fluid. So.
And once again, a whole lot easier to get to while the body's not on.
Yeah, so we'll fix that. Yeah, after Kev's been. At the moment, it's not particularly worrying me because we're not driving anywhere at the moment and flinging any of that fluid around. I've just got a little bit of it leaking onto the floor, so.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Put fuel in the tanks this afternoon too, so yeah, that was another monumental step forward, you know, once again checking that nothing leaks, no drips underneath
Beautiful.
it. So yeah,
Exhaust
good
is
to
run?
Yeah, all the exhaust is run. It's a twin 3-inch system out of the back of the turbos right through. There's just miles of pipes on this thing, and then we had that massive big Flowmaster muffler that Mason actually had it for his A model coupe, but it was just too big, so
Size doesn't
I bought
matter.
that off him some time ago. Yeah, so it runs twin 3-inch into a 4-inch, and then 4-inch through the Flowmaster and then out the back there. I just did a little sort of teardrop flick thing at the tailpipe there, just to give it a little bit of, rather than just being a round cut-off pipe. But yeah, certainly all looking the part now.
And so where does that pipe come out in relation to the guard?
Yeah, so the rear fender sits just above it there, sort of comes down about here, and then ultimately curves around the back there. So this pokes out slightly, but not too far.
So once again, fair bit hanging out of the shed
Yeah.
because it's pushed back a bit.
Yeah, it
What's,
does fit at the moment, but it's when we put the bumpers on that are the real issue. I reckon I could get the tow bar on it, but that wouldn't allow room for the front bumper. So yeah, it's all happening. When we power up the motor and everything, and once I'm comfortable with that, I'll probably also do, I'll run a test of all the airbag system as well, because it's all plumbed in and wired in and everything, but I would like to fill the tanks once again, make sure there's no leaks, you know, pressure it up and down, that sort of thing. So we'll probably do that in the coming couple of weeks. Yeah, and as I said before, the painter's still got the car at the body shell at the moment, so I've probably got, I reckon, 2 to 3 weeks up my sleeve before the body goes back on it. So
driving around the front yard?
yeah, good luck. Well, it hasn't got any brakes plumbed at the moment because
big problem.
the master and booster and everything, of course, mounts up under the dash, so, or on the firewall. So yeah, not a lot we can do about that at the moment, but
No.
yeah, I'm pretty confident that the brakes are all good. So that's just a matter of plumbing those in. Yeah, we'll be able to test up and all the transmission cooler and all that sort of stuff tomorrow, and over the coming days. So yeah, but
So that's where roughly we're at the moment.
yeah. So I think
Seats have been started.
at last count, the Nationals Hot Rod Nationals at Easter is about 7.5 weeks away till we would have to leave.
Oh shit.
So yeah, we'll have our skates on, but
Wait and see.
look, I think it's doable, but yeah, it'll just depend on, you know, timing of the body back and that sort of stuff. So and how tomorrow goes, but
And there's a whole lot of wiring to do yet.
yeah. Look, a lot of this wiring's plug and play now that I've done some of the basic stuff, but yeah, there's still all of the all of the screens and gauges inside the car, and rear view cameras and all that sort of stuff to go. So yeah, I can see me taking some holidays from work shortly, but my holidays will be made up of working on this thing.
Yeah,
so,
like every afternoon.
Yeah, pretty much. It's been most nights and as many weekends as I can fit in on it. Yeah, just getting it to this stage, but that was actually Deb's call to, or her idea to get Kev to start the engine before the body went on. So yeah, I'm glad we're doing that, because I think that'll be a big step forward for us and a big peace of mind thing. And you know, obviously, if there's an issue, it's easy to get to now.
Absolutely.
So
Because yeah, you can just lean over it rather than it being inside fenders.
Yeah, that's right. So a little bit more plumbing tonight and wiring, and then yeah, into it tomorrow.
So we'll add some video from tomorrow.
Yeah, wish us luck.
See ya.
See ya.